Brings his offensive troops the high snap. Now Parvin, he's going to have to try to run with it through the air. The 9th ranked offense in 4A. And Parvin's going to have to hurry to get this play off. Actually, it's going to be Alexander as the snap receiver. He'll be dumped behind the line of scrimmage.
Sam Huffman.
Yeah, Sam Huffman came from his D tackle spot and made that, I guess you call that a sack, because Alexander was the snap receiver that time. It wasn't Parvin. And another little wrinkle that Laramie threw in. So under 9 minutes to go here in the first half. Bronx leading 20-0. Trying to get some scores in from around the state. Nothing coming in yet from the other 4A games. Parvin with Beetleman in the backfield. Drops straight back, avoids the rush, has Breiniger. Breiniger breaks a tackle. He'll make it out to about the 29-yard line, and it'll bring up a 4th down play for Laramie, and they're going to have to bring the punt team out. So after the interception, or it would have been a turnover on downs anyway, but Laramie not able to move the ball. Bighorn they must have scored and then just blocked the punt and took it in for a touchdown. They lead Worland 14-3 in the second quarter. High punt this time by Frood. Fair catch at about the 38-yard line by Breck Reed, and that's where Sheridan will take over at the 39-yard line. Natrona County, I did find Gage Brooks with a touchdown pass to Kenai Olson. Runs a slant from Kenai Olson. Goes 73 yards. Natrona County leading Kelly Walsh in that 4-5 matchup. 14-0 at the end of the first quarter.
Sounds like Bighorn finally got off the schneid a little bit.
Yep.
So, first ever meeting between Bighorn and Worland.
And here's another score. Cheyenne East leading Thunder Basin 7-0 at the end of the first quarter. Ty Gilbertson with the keeper on first down, and he's going to be swarmed under for a gain of 1. He might have been better off handing that one off that time instead of pulling it and trying to keep it himself. The Bronx getting a lot of guys in. I mean, we've already seen 8 or 9 different receivers in the ballgame for the Bronx. Gilbertson. This time he will hand it off to Crow. He's right up the middle across the midfield. That's going to be a Bronc first down out across the 50 to the 48-yard line of Laramie. Boy, a burst of speed by Crow. Good blocking up front by the offensive line. So the Bronx get another set of downs with 7:10 left here in the first half. 3 receivers, actually 4. This time they give it to Garrett Way again. Garrett breaks a tackle at the 35 or 45 and stumbles forward to the 40. So it'll bring up 2nd and 2 for the Bronx.
Nice 8-yard run by Garrett.
He just runs so hard. I mean, the yards after contact with Garrett are big because he'll make one. One guy will hit him, but he bounces right off normally and is always able to pick up extra yards.
I mean, with both of these running backs,
yeah,
they can both take a hit and keep going.
Crow in the backfield, and we've got a flag. Is that somebody on the offensive line move? That might be backing up the Bronx.
Yep,
false
I think
start.
so.
I think that was going to be another jet sweep by the way the play was setting up. But Freed will come off. Gage Rogers into the ballgame with 6.5 minutes to go here in the first half. 2nd down and 7 for the Bronx from the 45-yard line of Laramie. And this time Ty keeps on the fake jet sweep. He'll fight his way back to the 40-yard line, pick up a 5. It'll bring up 3rd and 2 for the Bronx after the 5-yard gain.
So he gets the penalty yardage right back.
And this time, watch him run that jet sweep again and give it instead of pulling it. So Reed and Stewart, the receivers to the near side. Freed and Morris. They bring Morris on the jet sweep. They fake it to him again. They have Breck Reed all alone. It's caught at the 10, and he walks into the end zone for the Bronc touchdown. 5:41 to go. The Broncs are in the end zone again. That's a 40-yard touchdown pass and catch from Ty Gilbertson to Breck Reed. And the Broncs score again. And he was wide open.
He was standing solo at the 10-yard line when he caught it.
And Gilby will come on for the extra point. Reed will hold. The kick is up, and the kick is good. With 5:41 remaining here in the first half, it's the Bronx 27, Laramie nothing. We'll take a timeout, be back with more Bronc football right after this.
Did you know Sheridan Motors is Sheridan's only locally owned and operated new vehicle dealership? That means when we thrive, Sheridan directly benefits. We're proud to support our hometown through sponsorships, good deeds, and excellent full-time jobs with benefits. Stop by your locally owned and operated Sheridan Motors to check out our incredible selection and find out what's coming soon. We know you have a choice when it comes to shopping for new and used cars, servicing your vehicle, and purchasing tires. On behalf of Sheridan Motors' entire team, thank you for your business.
This is Terry Winnup with Sheridan Physical Therapy, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Homer Scott Field. Shane and Ryan Parker alongside. Bronx lead this thing 27-0. Yeah, Bighorn got a touchdown with 6:53 left in the second quarter, and then blocked a punt and returned it for a touchdown with 4:31 left. They lead Worland 14-3 in the second quarter there out at Bighorn. As thanks to Kevin Coyle for keeping us updated. He's out there keeping everybody updated. And Ty Gilbertson will put this ball on the tee and kick off again with 5:41 remaining here in the first half. And Gilbertson's kick, and it's going to be from the 6-yard line. I think that's Alexander. He finds a seam along the far sideline across the 30 and tackled at about the 34-yard line. So good return by Max Alexander again.
Boy, he's doing it all for the Plainsmen tonight.
Yeah, Braden Brutlog on the tackle for the Bronx.
No, started at the 34.
So Parvin and Beetleman will escort the offense back out on the field for the Plainsmen. Reese will be lined up as the tailback. Beetleman the upback. One receiver. That's Alexander out here to the outside. They turn. They give the ball on the handoff to Crum, and Crum will be swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. I mean, they might give him a half a yard.
I think they're going to put it right at 35.
So a gain of 1 on the play. Rythan Underwood on the ball, on the tackle for the Bronx. 5:09 and counting left here in the first half.
And this game's going like we expected it to.
I mean, Sheridan is just they've been putting one together week after week, and you knew that it would be a long road trip for Laramie to come up here and to try to pull the upset, but you never know. You still have to play the games, and this team is improving week in and week out. Bronc defense this time, it's going to be Evan Crum again and be driven back by, I think that's Keegan Rager on the tackle for the Bronx, and it'll bring up 3rd and 9 for Laramie from their own 35-yard line. So they'll bring more receivers in. Crum, Beetleman carried the ball quite a few times last week for this offense, but tonight they've been opting to run with Joshua King and Evan Crum. Bielman's been kind of the blocking back that's been in there. Will Breiniger will go to the far side. We'll have Sidarius and Alexander to the near side. And Parvin, he'll out of the pocket. He'll let one fly right down the middle of the field, and it's going to be incomplete, as it looked like Carson Chase was the closest ball player to that throw, but it was batted down, and Laramie will have to punt.
Harvey Freiberger was putting some good pressure on Parvin.
Yeah. So back to receive the punt will be Carson Chase and Breck Reed. And Frood will come on to punt this ball away. Don't forget, coming up at halftime, James Timberlake will bring you the Powderhorn halftime report. He'll bring you updates. And they fake this. It's going to be Frood on the catch, and he'll be swallowed up and tackled right about the line of scrimmage, maybe even a 1 yard loss. So good job by the Bronx.
They were ready for that.
Special teams, they were kind of ready for that. So Frood with the reception. And the Bronx take over at the Laramie 34-yard line. So another short field for this offense. Gilbertson takes the snap. And right up the middle is Kelton Crow across the 30 and down to about the 28, 29-yard line.
Looks like they'll spot him at the 28.
I see Joanne working on Blaine Phillips over there on the bench. See if Blaine's able to come back in the second half here. So 2nd down and 4 after the 6-yard gain by Crow. 3 receivers to the far side. They're going to bring Morris in motion. And this time they'll give it to, actually, I think Gilbertson kept that thing right up the middle. And it was Gilby out across the 25. Inside.
I think he's just short.
It's going to bring up 3rd and less than a yard for the Bronx. So the Bronx will face a 3rd down with 2:50 remaining here in the first half. Josh Freed will be the receiver to the near side. Keegan Rager will be alongside Gilbertson in the backfield. And Gilbertson. And he'll give it to Rager straight up the middle. He's into the secondary and tackled it at the 10-yard line. Maybe I guess they're going to spot him at the 11, but another Bronc first down. They'll get the chain set. They'll wind the clock, and we'll have 2.5 left here in the first half. Gilbertson, 4 receivers in the formation. And that's kind of a broken play. I don't know what happened, but Gilbertson makes one man miss and is going to be dropped for about a yard loss. Boy, none of the Bronc offensive linemen moved at all after the snap of the ball. I wonder if the snap was early, or it didn't look like Gilbertson was really even ready for it, but he was able to handle it and then just decided to take off on his own. So a loss of 1, 2nd down and 11, and then they get Laramie to jump. Oh, it's going to be a false start on the Bronx. One of the offensive linemen wiggled. Worland gets another field goal at the end of the first half, so at halftime it's Bighorn 14, Worland 6. At the end of the first half of that 2A quarterfinal game out at Bighorn. Gilbertson, he's going to drop straight back, look downfield, has a man. That's Carson. Is that Carson Chase? No, Chance Morris with the catch inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and about 7 for the Bronx. They can get a first down at the 1-yard line. So 3rd and 7. It will be Chase and Freed to the near side. They're going to bring Chase across the formation. They fake it to him, and Gilbert sends in for the Bronc touchdown. So that's a 8-yard touchdown run for Ty Gilbertson with 1 minute left here in the first half.
Nothing fancy, just a fake handoff, and Gilby just followed his blockers right up the middle and crossed the goal line.
So that makes it 33-0, and Gilbertson will come on for the extra point. Snap is good, the hold's good, the kick is up, and it is good. With 1 minute left here in the first half, it's the Sheridan Bronx 34, Laramie 0. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to Bronx Football on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
No shirt, no shoes, no problem. Online banking is fast and convenient with Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union. If you have a smartphone, you can do your banking from anywhere, including remote deposit. Just take a picture of your check and send it. It's that easy. And you'll instantly have access to the first $200 available and the rest shortly thereafter. Yep, banking is that easy with remote deposit at Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, this is DJ Dearcorn of First Federal Bank and Trust, and you are listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Sheridan High School's Homer Scott Field. Shane and Ryan Parker bringing you for a quarterfinal playoff action as the Bronx lead this thing 34-0 as we have 1 minute left here in the first half. So the Bronx, it looks to me like Blaine Phillips might be done for this game. He's sitting on the bench with no helmet and not moving much over there. He's got a couple guys sitting there next to him. And Gilbertson, his kick will be taken at about the 8-yard line and then handed off to King. Nothing fancy there. The Bronx sniffed that one out.
That looked a lot crazier than it was, but the Bronx were ready for it.
And now we got a late flag that came in as well. Josh Freed, and I don't know if Josh Freed I think he said that he got an elbow from somebody. It looked like he was motioning to one of his teammates that he got an elbow. We'll see what the officials saw. But the play was basically over, and then the flag came out. I don't know if it's an unsportsmanlike, or I'm sure that's what it's got to be. So if it's from there, it'll be half the distance from the 14. The ball would be placed at the 7 if that's what it is. Actually, it's a holding penalty.
Okay, they talked.
Yeah. Oh,
and a personal foul.
Oh, there are two fouls. A hold and a personal foul on Laramie.
So they'll decline the hold and then accept the bigger personal foul penalty.
And that'll be half the distance. And so it'll be at the 7-yard line. So Laramie will take over at their own 7 with 54 seconds left here in this first half. The offense comes back out on the field after they march off the penalty. Temperatures drop to about 40 degrees. Dax Parvin will have, I think, Beetleman in the backfield with him. 2 receivers in the formation with a couple tight ends. Actually, they bring one more guy out. That's going to be the fullback. High snap. Parvin just gets his hands on it, and he's going to be swarmed under across the 5. He might have got back to the line of scrimmage. Boy, he was lucky to get back on that ball. Rythan Underwood with the tackle for the Bronx with Now under 35 seconds to go here. See if Laramie's going to run another play. Again, coming up at halftime, James Timberlake waiting. He will bring you the Powderhorn halftime report. And Laramie comes back to the line of scrimmage. 4 receivers in the formation with Beetleman lined up next to Parvin. And low snap this time. Parvin steps up and he's going to be swallowed at the 5-yard line by Brady Hartman. And that will end the first half. After one half of quarterfinal football, it's the Bronx 34, Laramie 0. You're listening to Bronx football on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
The law offices of Chapman, Valdez, and Lansing has offices in Sheridan and Casper ready to protect the freedoms and rights of the citizens of Wyoming. Michael Lansing, McCole Soto, and Wade McCool provide competent local legal counsel focused on small businesses, real estate transactions, guardianships, employee protections, and personal injury. Michael, McCole, and Wade will aggressively, timely, and ethically protect your rights 24/7. Proud to support all local youth activities.
Need screen printed and embroidered items? Well, whatever you need, Kilpatrick Creations is the go-to local company for these types of items. If it's screen printed or stitched, we are the ones to help you. Give us a call first. We're here to help you and want to help you with your imprinted garment or accessory needs. We've been in the business and serving Sheridan County for over 20 years. We have the experience, talent, and selection of goods that allows us to help you promote your business, club, or event in the best, most affordable way possible. Come see Kilpatrick Creations for all your screen printed or embroidered needs.
If you have employees coming to stay for an extended time in Sheridan, make them feel at home with a room at the Candlewood Suites. These extended stay rooms feature fully equipped kitchens, including a microwave, full-sized refrigerator, dishwasher, stovetop, even pots and pans, and free guest laundry. Did I mention the outstanding view of the Bighorns? Book your reservation with the Candlewood Suites and relax knowing they'll have more than just a room. They'll feel right at home. Call 307-675-2100.
Mossholders Design Center proudly supports our young student athletes in Sheridan County. Being a member of a successful team takes determination, a strong work ethic, and great leadership. It's those qualities that have defined Mossholders over the last 115 years in Sheridan. We're proud of the Mossholders legacy, and we're proud of our local athletes and coaches. Let the talented and hardworking staff at Mossholders help you with your next furniture purchase or design project. Mossholders wishes each and every team the best of luck this season. Go Bronx and Lady Bronx.
Have you been in to see Sheridan YO sports cards yet? It's the spot to get your hands on incredible sports cards and memorabilia. Sheridan's premier spot for buying cards. All major sports cards including fighting, wrestling, Pokemon, and even racing. These guys have hobby boxes for the serious collectors and packs for those getting started. Graded slabs from PSA, SGC, and if you have a big card to grade, talk to the guys to have your card submitted to PSA. Family friendly and located inside Sheridan Stationery Books and Gifts, 535 North Main, open 7 days a week.
We all know what number 1 and number 2 are, but have you ever gone number 3? Well, if you have and you now need someone to come and fix your plumbing, there's only one call to make. A+ Plumbing has seen and dealt with it all over the years, and they will not judge you. Give them a call at 672-9454 and let them take care of your number 3. After all, they are number 1 in the number 2 business. A+ Plumbers, 672-9454.
It's time for the Powderhorn Halftime Show with James Timberlake. James will be back with scores from around the state, upcoming Sheridan County sporting activities, and what's happening with your Wyoming Cowboys and Denver Broncos after this. From your halftime show sponsor, the Powderhorn.
The Powderhorn is proud to be a Sheridan Bronx supporter. With 27 holes of championship golf, tennis courts, swimming pools, a fitness center, and many social activities, the Powderhorn Golf community offers excellent real estate and membership options for you and your family. This is your invitation to start experiencing the Powderhorn today. To learn more about real estate and club membership opportunities, please call us at 674-9545 or email sales@thepowderhorn.com.
This is Dr. Dana Leroy with Leroy Family Dental, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
We have hit halftime here at Homer Scott Field in this round one matchup between the Sheridan Bronx and Laramie Plainsmen. Second game between these two teams in as many weeks. The Bronx won last week's matchup 48-0. And right now at the half, the Bronx are leading again handily 34-0. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Bronx Halftime Report presented by the Powderhorn. It's been a little bit. I'm happy to be along with you here tonight. I will get you caught up with all the other local action going on around the state of Wyoming, as well as what to expect regionally this weekend. But first, let's take a look at the other football scores from across the state of Wyoming. In 4A right now, this is the most updated scores we got. In 4A right now, the 3-seeded Cheyenne East Thunderbirds, they're hosting 6-seeded Thunder Basin. The T-Birds are leading the Bolts in that one 14-0, as that one's approaching halftime. I think just hit halftime as well. And we also have the Oil Bowl going down in Casper. 4-seeded Natrona welcoming in 5-seeded Kelly Walsh. And right now, the Mustangs are leading that one 14-3 against the Trojans as that one approaches halftime. Campbell County, the 2nd seed, they're hosting the 7th seeded Rock Springs Tigers. That one is approaching halftime as well. We actually don't have a score for that one, but Shane will keep you up to date as we go along here as well later into this game that we have here tonight. In 2A, the Bighorn Rams are the 1 seed in the East Division of the 2A, and they're currently hosting the Worland Warriors just down the road from us. The 4th seed in the West Division, Worland is. The Rams are leading in that one against the Warriors 14-6 at halftime as that one approaches halftime. The 1 seed in the West Division in 2A are the Mountain View Buffaloes, and they hosted the 4th seed in the East Division, the Wheatland Bulldogs, and they played earlier today, and Mountain View won that game handily against Wheatland 40-0. The 2 seed in the East Division, the Newcastle Dogies, are at home hosting the Cokeville Panthers, who are the 3 seed in the West Division, and Newcastle is tied in that one 14-14 against Cokeville as they approach halftime. Finally, the 2 seed in the West Division, the Lovell Bulldogs, are at home hosting the Burns Bronx. That one is approaching halftime right now as well, and Lovell is in the lead, 13-0 over Burns. As for the other sports around the Sheridan area, the fall sports season is closed, starting to come to a close with playoffs going on in the other remaining sports as well. In volleyball, the Sheridan Lady Broncs are on the road at their regional tournament at Cheyenne South. They opened the tournament beating Campbell County 3-0, scores 26-24, 25-18, and 25-16. They will play again later tonight against Thunder. I don't believe that one has started yet. They're running a little behind schedule over at that regional tournament. The 2A schools are also at their regional tournament. The Tongue River Lady Eagles, they were taking on Pine Bluffs in their opener, and they won that one 3-0. Getting them into the state tournament and moving them on in their regional tournament. And the Bighorn Lady Rams are taking on Sundance to open the tournament, with that one set to start at about 6:30. It started a couple minutes ago, but that one I believe is also running a little bit behind schedule as well. The Sheridan Hawks are off this weekend as well with everybody else, but they'll be back in action next weekend. I do want to give a quick shout out to the Tongue River High School girls cross country team. They won their second 2A state title in school history this past Saturday. Congratulations to them, and also a big congratulations to Lila Marney from Bighorn High School, who won an individual state championship in 2A cross country as well. She finished nearly 2 minutes ahead of second place in that run to capture the state championship, and a big congrats to her as well. That's a look at the playoff bracket right now across the state of Wyoming in football and the other regional action. We're going to take a quick break and be back with more from Homer Scott Field. You're listening to the Bronx Halftime Report presented by the Powderhorn.
The Powderhorn is proud to be a Sheridan Bronx supporter. With 27 holes of championship golf, tennis courts, swimming pools, a fitness center, and many social activities, the Powderhorn Golf Community offers excellent real estate and membership options for you and your family. This is your invitation to start experiencing the Powderhorn today. To learn more about real estate and club membership opportunities, please call us at 674-9545 or email sales@thepowderhorn.com.
With rates changing, there's no better time to speak to a local expert. Start at First Federal Bank and Trust, where our local lenders know you and the current market. Whether you need to get pre-qualified, apply for a loan, or have questions about our programs, we're just a click or call away. If you'd rather start the process at home, that's okay too. Our website has mortgage calculators, checklists, and rates you can check 24/7. Making home happen doesn't get easier. Visit efirstfederal.bank, call us, or stop by. First Federal Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, this is Nicole Christensen with First Bank of Wyoming. Making smart financial decisions for your future is important. That's why First Bank of Wyoming offers a large range of deposit products to meet your financial needs. Whether you're interested in CDs, savings, checking, or money market accounts, we'll make sure your finances are safe, secure, and FDIC insured up to the allowable limits. We also provide a variety of banking services such as online and mobile banking, bill pay, and more. Find financial security at First Bank of Wyoming. First Bank of Wyoming, division of Glacier Bank, member FDIC.
Hi, I'm County Commissioner Christy Haswell, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And welcome back to the Bronc Halftime Report presented by the Powder Horn. Bronx leading 34-0 at the half here. Flip over to the regional schedule now. Let's start with the Cowboy football team. The last time I was on here doing the halftime show, the Cowboys were coming off a victory against Air Force. And been a long way since then. We wondered if maybe they could that could be the start to a little turnaround. However, since then, they've lost 3 straight, and as of 2 weeks ago, were eliminated from a bowl game possibility. So I'll be honest with you, we're going to make this week's matchup a little bit quick here in the halftime show. This week, the Pokes will go on the road in Albuquerque. They're taking on the New Mexico Lobos. The good news for this matchup, as far as the Cowboys are concerned, is the Lobos have really struggled defensively this season. They're giving up over 40 points per game, nearly 470 yards per game, almost 7 yards per play, and opponents have scored on 97% of their red zone chances against them. And more specifically, something the Pokes will look to take advantage of is their rush defense. The Lobos are allowing almost 6 yards per rush and 215 yards per game on the ground so far this year. The bad news for the Pokes as far as this matchup goes is the Lobos are a pretty solid offensive team. They're all, currently top 5 in total yards per game, top 15 in total rush yards per game, yards per play, yards per rush, third down conversion rate, red zone scoring rate, and top 30 in pass yards per game and average points per game as well. The Cowboys defense will have to get some stops against what has been a pretty solid offense, and the Cowboy offense will have to be more efficient offensively if they want to keep up with this potent Lobo offense. We'll have all the action live for you in that game between the Cowboys and Lobos tomorrow afternoon, with pregame scheduled for noon and kickoff scheduled for 2 p.m. over on 1410 AM, 106.9 FM, KWYO. Sticking with football here, the Denver Broncos, they'll be on the road on Sunday taking on the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens and Broncos will be coming into this matchup with 2 very different feelings after the Ravens dropped a disappointing one against the Browns last weekend, while the Broncos are coming off a pretty solid victory over the Panthers last weekend. For whatever reason, the Ravens have had some trouble playing in early games this year, with 2 of their 3 losses coming against the Raiders and Browns, both undoubtedly lesser teams that the Ravens struggled against playing against in early day matchups. It could be something that Broncos fans could look towards as an advantage. Another advantage that the Broncos will want to hope to seize on will be the Broncos passing attack against the Ravens passing defense. Now, yes, Broncos passing attack has not been good this year, but the Ravens pass defense has really struggled even more so, especially in recent weeks. They're giving up the most pass yards per game, second most touchdowns, allowed the second highest passing efficiency to opposing quarterbacks, and are bottom 10 in pressure rate. However, it's the exact opposite for the rushing attack. The Ravens have been totally dominant, stopping the run on defense and running the football on offense. They are first in rushing defense against runs from shotgun, rushes versus light box, and QB scrambles. On offense, they are first in the NFL in rushing against the stacked box, rushing under center, designed runs, overall rushing efficiency, and rushing outside the tackles as well. If the Broncos want to win this game, they will want to force the Ravens into a bigger passing matchup, get the lead early, maybe force some turnovers in Raven territory and make them one-dimensional, and they can win the game. The Ravens are still a good passing team, but they're not nearly as good throwing as they are running the football, and they can get much worse if you force them into a one-dimensional passing attack. It will be a big ask for the Broncos, and the books don't have a ton of faith in them, as they sit at 9.5-point underdogs coming into this matchup, and as it sits right now anyways. We'll have all the action live for you on Sunday, with pregame set for 9 a.m. and kickoff set for 11 a.m. over on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM, KWYO as well. The Cowboys and Cowgirls basketball teams will also tip off their seasons this upcoming Monday as well. The Cowboy basketball team will be putting on a whole new squad from a season ago as far as starters go, but they brought in 11 newcomers, including 9 transfers and 2 recruits, one of them being Garrett Spielman, Sheridan's own. Of note will be senior Obi Agbim, who is transferring from a Division II school, Fort Lewis College, in which he finished first team in the All-South Central region and first team All-RMAC honors as well, and was named the RMAC Tournament MVP. He finished the season averaging 15.5 points per game to go along with 4 rebounds and 2.9 assists. Another player to watch will be Toko Tynamo. He is a 6'9" forward who has played 98 career games in college, and transferring in from Denver, where he finished 3rd in career rebounding with 630 and 14th in career career scoring with 1,094 total points. He averaged 15.2 points per game and 7.7 rebounds per game with Denver, and finished as an honorable mention All-Summit League selection last year and led the Pioneers to the Summit League championship game. The Cowboy basketball team was selected to finish 9th out of 11 teams in the Mountain West from the Mountain West Media Poll, and Boise State was selected to finish first with 19 first-place votes. The Pokes also had no players picked for the preseason All-Mountain West team. It will be an underdog type of season for the Cowboys this year on the basketball court, and they will tip their season off this upcoming Monday when they take on Concordia St. Paul in their home opener. We'll have all the action live for you in that one on Monday night, starting at 7 p.m., as well as all the Cowboy basketball games all season long on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO. The Cowgirl basketball team will be a big opposite in terms of how it's built. They will bring back all 5 of their starters as part of a 10 total returning players for the Cowgirls, and they will bring back 92% of their point getters from a season ago, 84% of their rebounds, and 92% of their assists. The biggest name for the Cowgirls is definitely going to be Allison Fertigue, who finished last year averaging 14.3 points per game, 8.4 rebounds per game, and 1.6 blocks per game, and finished her second straight year on the All-Mountain West team as well. The Cowgirls are definitely starting with some higher expectations than the Cowboys this season. The Cowgirls were picked to finish second behind UNLV in the Mountain West preseason poll, and Allison Fertigue was selected as the Mountain West preseason co-player of the year, along with Emma Ronsick from Colorado State. The girls will open their season on Monday as well, taking on Colorado, with first tip set for 5:30 p.m., and we'll have that game for you as well, and all the Cowboys games all season long on Fox Sports 106.3 FM. The Bronx and Plainsmen are heading out onto the field, and we're going to get ready for the start of the second half, so I'm going to send it back to Shane and Ryan Parker. I've been your host, James Timberlake, and you've been listening to the Bronx Halftime Report, presented by the Powder Horn.
This 4-bedroom, 2-bath home near the hospital in Sheridan has such unique vision and attention to detail inside that you have to see it to appreciate it. The home sits on a fully fenced half-acre yard with mature trees. Enjoy vaulted ceilings, 2 gas fireplaces, a kitchen with 4 storage pantries, a 4-season sunroom, and so much more. Listed for $615,000. Call me, Julie Hubner, with ERA Carroll Realty to see 1508 Hillcrest Drive. Call 461-1243. That's 461-1243.
The Powderhorn is proud to be a Sheridan Bronx supporter. With 27 holes of championship golf, tennis courts, swimming pools, a fitness center, and many social activities, the Powderhorn Golf Community offers excellent real estate and membership options for you and your family. This is your invitation to start experiencing the Powderhorn today. To learn more about real estate and club membership opportunities, please call us at 674-9545 or email sales@thepowderhorn.com.
Spring semester is now open. Sheridan College is excited to offer its first ever 4-year program, a fully online applied bachelor's degree in management and leadership. This flexible degree is designed to fit into your busy life, letting you work while you learn. With specialized paths, you'll gain the skills needed for high-demand careers. Ready to start? Visit sheridan.edu/BAS and unlock new opportunities for your future. That's sheridan.edu/BAS. Assemble your team for the Sheridan Rec District Winter Shootout Youth Basketball Tournament December 6th through the 8th. Divisions are 5th through 8th grade boys and 5th through 6th grade girls. All teams have a 3-game guarantee and take place at Sheridan College and the Sheridan Junior High. This is a region-wide tournament with teams from Montana, South Dakota, Colorado, and Wyoming. It's $250 per team. Register now at tourneymachine.com, then search Sheridan, Wyoming. Questions? Call the Rec District 674-6421.
Hi, this is Ken Balkenbush with Prime Rate Motors and Super Trailer Store, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Homer Scott Field. Shane and Ryan Parker alongside as we get ready to start the second half of this 4A quarterfinal game. Ryan, Laramie's going to come out and they're going to kick this ball off to Sheridan here, but first half stats, Bronx had 6 first downs, Laramie had 3. Laramie had 15 carries in the first half for a negative 38 yards, and the Bronx had 16 carries for 101 yards. Passing-wise, Laramie 7 of 11 for 50 yards and 1 interception, and the Bronx were 3 of 6 for 70 yards and 1 interception. So the Bronx had 171 yards of total offense on 22 plays. Laramie, 12 yards of offense on 26 offensive scrimmage plays. So
this defense for Sheridan has just been outstanding all year.
Yep. They're going to try an onside kick here, and it doesn't even go 10 yards, and that'll be a penalty. And the Bronx, I mean, it went 9.5.
9.5.
9.5 yards, and Laramie actually recovered it.
That was a great play by the Bronx there to not grab that ball.
Yep.
Because it could have very easily gotten he would have gotten smacked pretty good. But the Laramie guy reached out and grabbed it, like you just said, about the 9.5.
Maybe 9 3/4.
Yep, it was very, very close. But the official was right there at the 50, and it didn't get there.
And I mean, I'm sitting directly on the 50-yard line, and I can tell you the ball did not get there, and the official was right on top of it. Great job. So the Bronx will start at the Laramie 49-yard line. And it'll be Ty Gilbertson and Haswell blocking in the backfield right down the seam. It's Breck Reed across the 40 down to about the 35-yard line. That's going to be enough for a Bronc first down. So that's the second catch of the ball game for Breck Reed. The first one went for 40 yards and a touchdown. That one was good for 19 yards all the way down to the 35-yard line.
Not a great pass. Breck had to kind of go down a little bit to get it, but great job of corralling that and getting some yards after the catch.
We'll call that a 14-yard gain. Chance Morris goes across the formation. And again, Breck Reed, he'll cut it inside across the 35 down to the 25-yard line. And somebody got thumped in the helmet, I think. Is that? Oh, boy. Another Bronc is down.
Trying to scooch off the field.
Is that Breck Reed?
That might be Breck.
Did he get hit in the head when he was spun around there? Or
it's going to be an official timeout here because he's not completely, totally. He's kind of right on the sideline.
So Breck Reed down for the Bronx. That's the second. He got up limping one time tonight. They do have his helmet off of him.
I'm not sure if it's a head. If it was a head injury, I don't think that they would take his helmet off, but we're not going to speculate.
So it'll be second down and less than a yard when the Bronx come back. But again, in that first half, as we were taking a look at some of the, actually Breck is back up. He's shaking the cobwebs off. It looks like.
Looks like he's all right.
Kelton Crow had 5 carries for 35 yards and a couple touchdowns. Garrett Way had 3 carries for 21 yards, and Gilby had 5 carries for 29 yards and a touchdown in that first half. So the Bronx are back to the line of scrimmage without Breck Reed in the game, and Gilby fakes the inside handoff. He's got Carson Chase across the 15 and inside down to about the 10-yard line. So the Bronx moving the ball with the passing game here to start this drive.
Carson caught that ball and turned upfield, and he lowered his shoulder into that defensive back and got a couple extra yards.
So it'll be first and goal Bronx at about the 10, right at the 10-yard line. Three receivers to the far side. Garrett Way in the backfield with Gilbertson. They'll bring Morris in motion. He'll stop. He'll put the block on. Garrett Way fights his way down to the 6, a pickup of 4 on first down. 10.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. It looks like Breck's going to be okay.
World-class trainer Joanne Goss down there taking a look at him.
Gilbertson in the pistol with Way lined up. They're going to bring Morris across the formation. The inside handoff to Garrett Way, and he's going to score from 6 yards out. The Bronx are back in the end zone. Garrett Way from 6 yards out. That's Garrett's 7th touchdown of the season. 7th rushing touchdown, that is. Ryan, the Bronx scored at the exact 10-minute mark of the first quarter, and they just scored again at the exact 10-minute mark of the third quarter. So Garrett Way gets in the end zone.
I think we're going to start to see some of these younger kids here in the second half, which will be good because Maury talked about building depth. Even though we're in the playoffs, we still got to have that depth.
And Garrett's good. He's got his Breck's good. He's got his helmet back on. The kick is good. With 10 minutes left here in the third quarter, it's the Bronx 41, Laramie 0. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to Bronx Football on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM, also streaming live at SheridanMedia.com.
Hi, this is Jill Bates with the Bates team at Best, and I know they often say that don't judge the book by a cover, but this is challenging, especially in real estate. Everyone wants to visualize themselves in this amazing place to live and call home, and at Best, we help create this vision and try to paint the best picture possible. We put a huge emphasis on our top-of-the-line staging, marketing options, and constructing the entire real estate roadmap so you, as a buyer or seller, can get what you deserve. Let us help identify your next steps and create the vision of a place you or your interested buyers want to spend every day. Give us a call at 675-BEST and visit bestwy.net today.
Proudly brokered by EXP.
Hi there, this is Jim and Chosby with Stiefel Financial. You're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Homer Scott Field. An update from Bighorn. They got another touchdown. The Rams lead 21-6 over Warland in the third quarter. Lady Bronx lost their first set this evening to Thunder Basin 25-20, so they'll move into the second set. They are in the regional semifinals. If they win that, they will punch their ticket to the state tournament. And it's been a long time. I think it's been since 2016 since the last time the Lady Bronx made a 4A state tournament. It's time. The kickoff is going to be taken by Alexander out across the 15 to about the 16 or 17-yard line. That's where they will start. Laramie will come out on offense and have it at the 17-yard line. Well, the Bronx lead this thing 41-0. We can probably say that they're going to be in the state semifinals next week. It'll be their 17th consecutive quarterfinal win.
And Breck Reed is okay. He's back in there on defense. So
I see him out there.
That's good news.
So Parvin, 3 receivers to the far side. He's going to roll that way. Alexander is underneath. They fire the ball downfield, and it's over the head of Alexander out of bounds. 2nd down and 10 for the Plainsmen. With 9:49 to go here in the third quarter. You know, Dax Beetleman's one of their top ball carriers, 37 carries for $125 this year, and he hasn't carried the ball once tonight.
We haven't called his name at all.
I mean, he's been in the backfield as a lead blocker, but he hasn't carried the ball once. I mean, they had negative 35 yards rushing in the first half. Noah Reese goes in motion. 4 receivers in the formation for the Plainsmen. They fake the give. They'll find Reese. Reese will be run out of bounds and will be just short of the first down. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 1 for the Plainsmen. With 9:43 to go here in the third. So the Plainsmen will take their time. They'll huddle up here. Still no score in from that Rock Springs-Campbell County game. We'll see if we can get one for you here before the night's over. Dax Parvin calls for the snap. Give the ball. He'll keep it this time, and he'll be swarmed under. He's going to lose a couple yards. As the big guy, Brady Hartman, was the first guy through. And it'll bring up 4th down and about 4 yards now for Laramie. They're going to, I would imagine they'll probably go for it, even though if they don't pick it up here, they're going to set up Sheridan in really good field position again. But they have nothing to lose. And they are huddling up with 9:05 to go here in the third. And now they're a tight bunch. Bighorn scored again. They lead at 28-6. They're starting to flex their muscle a little bit. And boy, Parvin's going to be sacked all the way back inside. I bet they mark it outside the 10, but he's dropped inside the 10.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to mark it at the 12.
So the Bronx are going to have another short field here. If they punch one in here, we'll have a running clock the remainder of the ball game. As in Wyoming high school football, if one team leads by 45 or more
in the second half,
it is a running clock. So it'll be Andrew Adams this time. He'll be the backup quarterback as Blaine Phillips was injured on a kickoff.
Kickoff or extra point or something.
And so Andrew Adams will come in to run the quarterback position here for the Bronx. Adams. And the give is to Lathan Underwood. Straight up the middle. He's across the 5, inside the 5. And he is in for the touchdown. I think that was, pretty sure that was Lathan Underwood who got the touchdown. It was, I don't know if it was Lathan or Lathan Underwood. They're both ball carriers. But Underwood gets the touchdown, and we will now have a running clock with 8:39 remaining. Gilbertson on for the extra point. And the kick is up, and it is good. With 8:39 remaining here in this third quarter, it's the Bronx 48, Laramie nothing. We'll take a timeout. We're back with more Bronc football right after this.
Wyoming Corporate Office is the trusted business choice behind thousands of businesses. Whether it's business formation, payroll, corporate paperwork, mail scanning service, or small business phone service, Wyoming Corporate Office powers over 100,000 businesses worldwide and locally. This makes Wyoming Corporate Office the state's largest business-to-business service provider, located right here in Sheridan, Wyoming. If you're drowning in corporate paperwork looking for someone with an unmatched experience that cares and wants to be your partner in making your business successful, trust that Wyoming Corporate Office can help you focus on what makes your business tick. Learn more today by visiting WyomingCorporateOffice.com.
Hi, this is Brent Wolf with Sheridan Motors, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Well, Ryan, it was Lathan Underwood who got the touchdown for the Bronx.
Good for that young man.
So Lathan Underwood, the 5'11", 180-pound sophomore, getting in the end zone on the 12-yard touchdown run. And the Bronx lead at 48-0. So once this ball's kicked off, the clock won't stop except for timeouts, injuries, penalties, and scores. So it'll just run, whether if it goes out of bounds or if there's an incomplete pass, the ball just there. It's called the mercy rule, and it will be Liam Weber doing the kicking now for the Bronx. Liam is the 6', 160-pound sophomore, so a lot of the young guys in here for the Bronx. And Weber's kick will be taken at about the 12-yard line. That will be Alexander. Alexander goes to the far side, cuts it back up across the 25, and tackled down at about the 30-yard line. And that's where Laramie will take over. And the clock will just continue to run. So a lot of the youngins in on defense as well. The Bronx are thin at safety, though, with a couple guys being banged up. Ty Gilbertson's not playing any defense this week, and he's one of the safeties. So they're a little
even
bit
in the middle. Garrett Way's not playing any defense.
Right.
He's not playing in his linebacker position.
Well, and Blaine Phillips is not going to be in there either now. So
right.
And Parvin drops straight back, looking downfield, and he's going to run it to the near side and be tripped up and dropped. What a great play by Lathan Underwood. Boy, that's a loss all the way back to the 25-yard line.
I think it was Kelton Daly on the tackle. Was that 0?
Yeah, it was 0.
8?
Yeah,
okay.
0. Lathan Underwood.
Kind of looked like an 8 from up here.
He came from his linebacker position.
Gotcha. Good job. Loss of about 5?
Yep. Well, we'll call it 4. The ball was at the 29, and now it's placed at the 25-yard line. So 7-13 and counting here in the third. And the Bronc defense still pitching a shutout. Would be their 6th of the year if they hold on to a shutout here. 6 out of 10 games.
Shutting your opponent out 60% of the time, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's okay. So Parvin brings his troops back to the line. Off the line of scrimmage, boy. Almost a sack by Owen Matthews, but Parvin gets away, and he'll pick up good yardage. And that was a block at the back. Logan Stoika got drilled from behind, no call. But it'll bring up 3rd and about 3 for Laramie after the good gain by Parvin.
About 11 yards.
So Parvin back into the huddle. Out on defense, a lot of young guys. Rudy Green's out there. Braden Brutlog. And all youngsters in on the D-line as well. Parvin is going to bring Reese across the formation. Set up 2 receivers to the near side with Sagerius. Parvin drops straight back, looking downfield. And he's going to have enough. He makes one man miss and is driven out of bounds at about the Bronc 43-yard line. Boy, he had Sedarius wide open down the near side, just couldn't find enough space to throw him the ball. But a flag is down as well. Let's see what we've got here. The flag lays at about the 32-yard line. I think it's going to be
in the area of holding.
Yep. And so the officials gather together. It looks like it's going to go on Laramie. They're going to back him up here. So instead of it being 3rd and 3, it's probably going to be about 3rd and 16 or 17, holding on the offense. And so it'll remain 3rd down. So they're going to spot the ball back at about the 26-yard line, and that's where the Plainsmen will have 3rd and 14. Parvin drops straight back, has Alexander. He'll make a man miss at the 35, break a tackle, try to get to that first down.
Oh, he's close.
He had to get to the 39-yard line, and I think. So are they gonna spot it at the 39?
They are.
I think it's a first down. Good, nice job by the Plainsmen to pick up the long 3rd down play.
First down.
So first down, Plainsmen, as we approach 5 minutes to go here in the 3rd. So as we look ahead next Friday night, it looks like, the Bronx will be playing what it looks like to be probably Casper Natrona. We played Casper Natrona back in, week 2 of this season. And it was a 28-7 win, I believe, or maybe 28-0 win over Natrona. A big hold there on this first down play. Parvin's going to run the ball almost to midfield, but there was a big hold. So this one's going to come back as well. The referees gather. They point to where the held was, and they're going to step that off from. So it'll be first down and 20 now for Laramie after the hold. After 3 complete quarters in Bighorn, it's the Bighorn Rams 28 and Warland Warriors 6 in the 2A playoffs. So first and 20 for the Plainsmen. Bronx leading this 48-0. We are in Mercy Rule here at Homer Scott Field. They're going to bring Reese across the formation, set up 3 receivers to the near side. Parvin looking for the screenplay, and it's going to be incomplete. It'll bring up 2nd down and 20 on the incomplete pass as they were trying to find Noah Reese in the middle of that pack. So 2nd and 20 for Laramie. Four receivers with Beetleman in the backfield with Parvin. Dax, the sophomore quarterback, calls for the ball. And he's got Alexander along the near side out to the 40-yard line, a pickup of about 11. And Alexander continues to make a number of catches for this Laramie squad. It'll bring up 3rd and 9. For the Plainsmen. And this Bronx defense, all youngsters in the ball game now. I guess Andrew Stewart is probably the only senior, but that's just because they're so thin at safety. They've got to have somebody out there that can play safety. Parvin. He calls for the ball. The Bronx bring pressure, and it's going to be incomplete. It'll be 4th down and 9 for Laramie after the incomplete pass.
Pretty good coverage by Freed out there on that little out pattern.
As we approach 2 minutes to go here in the third, we'll try to see if we can get some other scores for you. A lot of big-time scoring in 6-man and 9-man football today. This time on 4th down, Parvin, he's going to go to the far side, throws it downfield, and it's out of bounds, and the Bronx will take over. And that will be, let's see, the Bronx will take over right at the Laramie 40-yard line. And the Bronx will just run the ball here a few times and get through the third quarter anyway. It will be Andrew Adams again in at quarterback. Rythan Underwood will be the running back. 3 receivers in the formation for the Bronx, whose JV team also went undefeated this year. Underwood gets the handoff. He'll fall forward for a couple yards. And now his brother, Lathan Underwood, will come into the ball game and replace his older brother. Also, Braxton Crow in the backfield for the Bronx with 35 seconds left here. Adams brings Brutlog in motion. They'll give it to Brutlog. Boy, and he stood up right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a loss of 2 on the play.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to mark it back at the 40.
And that will be the last play of the third quarter. So after 3 complete quarters, it's the Bronx 48, Laramie nothing. You're listening to Bronc Football on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM. Also streaming live at SheridanMedia.com.
Today's world moves fast. Take your banking with you. At Campco Federal Credit Union, banking is easier than ever. Our mobile banking app allows you to check balances, make transfers, and remotely deposit checks. With Remote Deposit, you don't have to mail your checks or brave the roads to deposit them. Our user-friendly app gives step-by-step instructions for remote deposit. From your phone to your account, we provide our members with an easily accessible banking experience. Just download our mobile banking app. Campco Federal Credit Union, NCUA, and Equal Housing Lender.
This is Dr. Michelle Meehan, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Homer Scott Field. Shane and Ryan Parker bringing you live 4A quarterfinal action as the Bronx are going to move on to the state semifinals. They lead this thing 48-0 as we go to the fourth quarter. It will be, again, a running clock this fourth quarter. And the Bronx, hopefully the injuries tonight aren't going to be too much of an issue. Having depth at linebacker, having depth at quarterback with Blaine Phillips. He's not come off the bench since his injuries, sitting down along the bench. This time it's going to be Braxton Crow. He'll break it across the 40 to the 39. It'll be a fourth down play now for the Bronx. Fourth and we'll call it 10. As the Bronx see if they will let Adams throw the ball here on fourth down.
I think that we can. Well, yeah, it is fourth down.
It's fourth down. They've got to get 10 yards.
Might as well take a shot.
Adams with Crow in the backfield. Braxton Crow, the younger brother of Kelton. And Adams is going to run the ball. He'll make a man miss, and he'll pick up 1 or 2 yards. His forward progress was at least to the 39, but
they're not going to mark him there, though.
They're going to mark him at the 40. No gain, and Laramie will take over on downs. So Laramie's offense will come back out on the field. The Bronc youngsters will come out on defense.
Let's see if these young guys can continue to pitch the shutout.
So Parvin will have Beetleman in the backfield with him. 4 receivers in the formation. And he'll drop straight back. Has Sedaris, and he throws it too wide, and it'll be incomplete. Second down and 10. .10-14 and counting left here in the ballgame. The Bronx will play, I guess I'm guessing, but 6 o'clock Friday night next week against probably Casper Natrona right here at Homer Scott Field. Parvin again has 3 receivers lined up in the formation, 2 to the far side. Drops straight back. He'll cut it straight up the field. Nobody in the middle of the field. Parvin wrestled down from behind, but not until after he picked up 12 yards. And moves the ball into Bronc territory with 9.5 left here in the ball game. First and 10 Laramie from the Bronc 48. Parvin throws incomplete with 9:08. Second down and 10 for Laramie. Parvin, I think that was the poorest throw he's had all night. I think it might have slipped out of his hands. It fell about 4 yards in front of the receiver.
It has cooled off quite a bit out there, so his hands are probably a little cold.
So Natrona's probably improved since last time, and we've played them defensively. They're pretty strong. Parvin to Alexander. Alexander will break a tackle and fall forward across the 45 to about the 42-yard line. So with 8:05 to go here in the ball game, it'll be 3rd and 4, we'll call it, for the Plainsmen, probably in 4-down territory.
Oh, yeah, they have been the whole second half.
Yep. Parvin giving directions to his receivers. And takes the snap. Pressure coming, and the Bronx are going to sack him all the way back to about the 48-yard line. So it'll be 3rd and 9 now for them. So, it's 4th down now. I thought it was still 3rd down. 4th and 10 for Laramie at the Bronc 48-yard line. Boy, a whole bunch of receivers right at the end of the line of scrimmage on the near side. Parvin throws, finds Noah Reese down the far sideline. They've got enough for the first down and more all the way down to the Bronc 29-yard line. So a big pickup on 4th and 10. The Bronx let Noah Reese go, and he picks up the big first down at the 29-yard line of the Bronx.
Yeah, they really loaded up the near side of the field with their receivers, and I'm not sure if the solo
cut right across the formation, yep. So a good play there by Laramie. Parvin drops straight back again, and he's going to be sacked all the way back at the 35 or 36-yard line. So the young Bronc defensive line getting pressure. I see Owen Matthews coming off the bottom of the pile. Also, Caden Smith out there as well. And now a timeout going to be taken by Laramie. We'll take timeout as well. Bronx lead this thing 48-0. We're back with more right after this.
Farmers Co-op, home of the 99-cent soda, invites you to start your day off right with that first cup of Morning Joe and a little something to go from their awesome bakery rack. Then come back for lunch. By now, I know you've heard me talk about their mouth-watering sausages, but they also have a variety of hot and cold sandwiches along with a soup of the day. They really do have it all at Farmers Co-op, 1450 Coffeen Avenue in Sheridan.
This is Kent Sherwood with Sheridan Physical Therapy, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Well, Ryan, we're back after the timeout, and we've got a little bit of time here. So, looks like Natrona next week here at the at Homer Scott Field, and the Bronx. The machine just kind of keeps rolling along, don't they?
Yeah, and I've said this for years that this coaching staff does such an amazing job. Sheridan is contenders year after year after year because when they get up by a certain amount, these young kids get to play.
Well, 17 consecutive years they'll be in the semifinals.
Right. I mean, that's unheard of. But they just do a great job of developing their players.
So Parvin here on 2nd down and 16. Hit from behind, but Alexander is going to come up with a catch. That'll be about a 14-yard catch. Actually, that's going to be Noah Reese with the catch.
He had to go down onto the turf to get that one.
All the way down to the 21-yard line, so it's going to bring up 3rd down and 2 with 5.5 minutes to go here in this ball game. Laramie driving. Just got word that the Bighorn volleyball team beat Sundance 3-0, so they advance to the state tournament as well.
So Tongue River and Bighorn both.
In the 2A. They've been 1-2 all year long. And the Lady Bronx are down 2-0 to Thunder Basin right now. That game's going on at Cheyenne South High School. Parvin drops straight back, throws to the corner of the end zone, and it's caught for the touchdown. So the Bronx get scored on. I think it's Sidarius, the receiver. A.J. Sidarius with the touchdown catch.
From 21 yards out?
21 yards out. So Laramie gets on the board with 4:50 left in this ball game. And the extra point is blocked. And so with 4:50 remaining here in this ballgame, it's the Bronx 48, Laramie 6. We'll take a timeout. Be back with more right after this.
Are you wanting to start a business, make some home improvements, or have your eye on a new RV or vehicle? Security State Bank is a locally owned and operated bank that is small enough to listen, yet big enough to help. Security State Bank can help qualified applicants achieve these goals with competitive interest rates and quick in-house decisions. Stop by Security State Bank in Sheridan, Gillette, Worland, Graybull, or Basin and find out more online at ssbwyo.bank. Security State Bank, NMLS 401472, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, this is DJ Dearcorn of First Federal Bank and Trust, and you are listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
All right, that's just the 7th touchdown given up by the Bronx all year.
Holy smokes. And we're in game 10?
Yeah, that's the 7th touchdown this defense has given up this year.
I know it was on the backups, but I know that defensive coordinator, Coach McEwen, he's not going to be happy with that. As he walks past us here in the booth. No, he'll be just fine. These young kids are getting experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's all good.
So the kicker, I think it's Weston Ennist will come out and do the kicking, and I think it's going to be an onside attempt. And it is. And it hops one time.
And it's a free-for-all.
It's a free ball. And I think the Bronx got on it at about the 45-yard line.
Yeah, who was that came up with that ball?
Was it Gage Rogers that finally got on it, I think? So Bronx will take over at their own 45-yard line. So the offense comes back out on the field, takes out these youngsters. They're putting people in at positions that they haven't played a lot, so they're getting them in there. Andrew Adams, the quarterback, the give straight ahead. Is that Underwood? He's going to have enough for a Bronx first down all the way across the 45 down to about the 43-yard line.
What a nice hard run. Was that Underwood?
I think that was Dominic Johnston.
Yeah, nice hard run by the senior.
There's so many different running backs. It's hard to see who's in the backfield. So Dominic Johnson and Ryder Dillaway in the backfield for the Bronx. Adams turns, gives the ball to Dillaway, and he'll lose a yard on the play. 2nd down and 11. Lathan Underwood back into the ballgame now for the Bronx. As we approach 3 minutes left in this quarterfinal ballgame, Coach Mowry is going to move to 72-9 as a head coach of the Sheridan Bronx in his 7th season.
That's just crazy.
Adams, the handoff, and boy, somebody missed a block because the running back ran right smack
Jeremiah Hutchinson.
Into the middle.
Gave him a big old hug there at the line of scrimmage, or maybe even behind it.
Yeah, that was a loss of another yard. It'll bring up 3rd down and about 12 for the Bronx with 2.5 minutes to go here. And so it'll be the Natrona County Mustangs coming to Sheridan next Friday night for state semifinal action.
That should be a good game.
They're really good defensively. They struggle a little bit on offense, but they're really good defensively. I think Underwood again with the ball carrier. It'll be 4th down now for the Bronx at the 45-yard line. We've got a timeout on the field. So we will take timeout as well. It'll be 4th down when the Bronx come back after the timeout. You're listening to Bronx Football on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
Whether you're starting a business, safeguarding your assets for future generations, or navigating the complexities of property transactions, McCool Law Firm LLC in Sheridan provides tailored solutions that ensure your success. McCool Law Firm understands that each case is unique, and it is committed to delivering personalized service that will exceed your expectations. McCool Law Firm, protecting your legacy, stepping up to bat for you. Find out more and schedule a consultation at McCoolLawFirmLLC.com or call 307-461-9240.
This is Dr. Dana Leroy with Leroy Family Dental, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to 4A quarterfinal action here from Homer Scott Field. Shannon Ryan Parker alongside as we are trying to get some scores in. Nothing still in from that Rock Springs Campbell County game at all. Bronx will have 4th down and 12. And we will see what they do here. Adams with receivers bunched to the near side. Fakes the pitch. Adams going to try to outrun a couple of guys. He's going to be dropped all the way back at the 44-yard line of Laramie, and that's where Laramie will take over. A 3A score in. Star Valley beat Lander 52-0 tonight in Star Valley. And end of the third quarter, Cheyenne East was leading Thunder Basin 21-0.
So all the top seeds are winning tonight, except we don't know about the Rock Springs Campbell game.
Natrona County was leading Kelly Walsh 21-3 going into the fourth quarter. So Laramie takes over with under a minute to go. Parvin lets one fly. It's incomplete. So he was intended for Sidarius. And they've got enough time to run a couple of more plays here, and then this game will end. As we are under 40 seconds to go here in the ball game. Parvin back under center one more time, takes the snap, drops straight back, has his man, Noah Reese, and it'll bring up a 3rd down if they want to push the tempo out of bounds at the 40-yard line of the Bronx. With under 20 seconds to go now, they'll run one more play in their season here. Parvin, and he's going to run, but he's spied, and he's going to be out of bounds, and that will do it. Actually, no, a timeout called by Laramie with 2.1 seconds left. So it's going to be a 4th down play coming. It'll be 4th and 3 from the Bronc 37-yard line with 2.1 seconds left on the clock.
I just did get an update. Campbell County is up 38-0.
On Rock Springs?
On Rock Springs.
Okay. So the timeout taken by Laramie with 2.1 seconds left here in this ball game. And just trying to see if there's any other scores here. Cody was leading Torrington 49-0 at halftime, so that was going to be a running clock in the second half.
So it looks like both, obviously the Sheridan Broncs are going to advance to the semifinals, and
all the top seeds.
And I was talking about Bighorn as well.
Oh, yeah, yep.
So
Parvin will have one more snap in their season. Here's the Plainsman's last play. They fire it up, and it's caught and going to be tackled inside the 5-yard line. The Bronx got...
That was a nice play call.
Will Breiniger brought it down about the 5, but was tackled by Andrew Stewart inside the 5.
Kept him out of the end zone.
And the game comes to an end. The Bronx win the quarterfinal game 48-6. Semifinals next Friday right here at Homer Scott Field. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll take a look at all the scoring and see if we can get some other finals for you as we move along here on this quarterfinal Friday. We'll also hear from head coach Jeff Mowry on the First Federal Bank and Trust postgame show. You're listening to Bronx football on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
What's new and where?
This high school gym used to be packed most nights. Not anymore. Do you know why? Because bad behavior by fans, especially adults, has caused a shortage of game officials across the country. You see, without officials, we can't have sports. Don't let this become reality. It's time for a change. Let's bench bad behavior for good.
Of our communities. And whether you run a ranch, a restaurant, or a retail store, we're here to support you with a range of account options and personalized services without all the unexpected fees. Because when your business succeeds, our communities thrive. Visit buffalofed.bank for all your business banking needs. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Texting and driving. Texting and driving? Everyone knows there really is no and. You're either texting or you're driving. In other words, if you're typing or reading anything while you're behind the wheel, you're not paying attention and you're not in control of your vehicle. That's why law enforcement around the state is cracking down on distracted driving. Hey, Wyoming, let's put an end to texting and driving because we all know better. There is no and. This message was paid for by WYDOT.
Veterans, your service deserves more. At First Northern Bank of Wyoming, our Patriot account is designed just for you. Hi, this is Amber Shirley with First Northern Bank. With our Patriot account, you can enjoy exclusive benefits such as an interest-bearing account, no minimum balance, and free patriotic checks. Our Patriot account is one small way we can say thank you to our veterans. Visit us at 29 North Gould Street or call 673-7777 to learn more today. First Northern Bank of Wyoming, proudly supporting veterans since 1885. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 402576.
Hungry? Got $5? McDonald's has you covered. Introducing the all-new $5 meal deal. Choose between a juicy McDouble or a McChicken sandwich, but wait, you'll also get a small fry, small drink, and a 4-piece chicken McNuggets, all for just $5. That's right, $5. So why wait? Head to McDonald's now and grab the $5 meal deal. Better yet, download the mobile app and save even more money and time by ordering ahead. McDonald's, Sheridan, Buffalo, and Gillette.
There is no known cure for tinnitus, but we can help provide you with relief. Hi, I'm Dr. Addison Dempsey.
And I'm JT Kraft from EBA Hearing and Sound.
Linear is the first low-risk, non-invasive medical device of its kind that is clinically proven to relieve tinnitus and is FDA approved.
Starkey's brand new Edge AI hearing aids offer groundbreaking technology that powers the most capable hearing devices available while also offering expanded tinnitus masking therapies.
Schedule today to determine what tinnitus treatment is right for you.
EBA Hearing and Sound, 674-8920. That's 674-8920.
Planning a project that requires block, brick, or stone? You need to contact the folks at Thompson Master Masons. They have the largest selection of brick and stone in town and 39 years of experience behind their work. Chances are, if it can be done, they've done it. Let Thompson's help you choose the best application for your specific project, residential or commercial. Give Thompson Master Masons a call at 672-7971 or stop by their showroom at 135 East 11th Street.
Hi, I'm County Commissioner Christy Haswell, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Homer Scott Field. And Ryan, you know, we knew tonight, I mean, we just played Laramie a week ago. We figured that it was probably going to be somewhat similar. It was 48-0 last week, 48-6 here this week. I think we all kind of expected this to happen tonight. The Bronx kind of did what they wanted to do. They got an interception, a really good interception return that set up a touchdown. They got a punt return that set up a touchdown. They did Bronc things tonight.
They did, and I thought that they played a much cleaner game tonight than they did a week ago. It seemed like they were more, mentally focused and They know it's on the line. Yeah. I mean, they know that they're playing Laramie, but it's playoff football and anything can happen, and they're not ready to go home.
And so, we've got a couple of things, and it looks like it's going to be Natrona next Friday night. So now the coaching staff, we haven't seen Natrona since, gosh, I think it was week 2.
2 or 3.
Second or third game of the year, we played Natrona. So it's been quite a while since we've seen them. I'm sure they've gotten better, both offensively and defensively. And, Natrona's always good.
Yeah.
Obviously, they've got the same head coach since 1991. And, they know how to play football, and they get it done as well.
And it's 4A playoff football.
Right. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen, and yes, we beat them once already, but it's a totally new season now. Everybody starts over, and we're both going to be 1-0 coming into the game next week. We'll have some more Friday Night Lights.
So we'll take another quick break. When we come back, we will have head coach Jeff Mowry joining us on the postgame show. We'll also take a look at all the scoring. We'll run down that tonight. You're listening to Bronc Football on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
Did you know Sheridan Motors is Sheridan's only locally owned and operated new vehicle dealership? That means when we thrive, Sheridan directly benefits. We're proud to support our hometown through sponsorships, good deeds, and excellent full-time jobs with benefits. Stop by your locally owned and operated Sheridan Motors to check out our incredible selection and find out what's coming soon. We know you have a choice when it comes to shopping for new and used cars, servicing your vehicle, and purchasing tires. On behalf of Sheridan Motors' entire team, thank you for your business.
Wherever you are, you'll find a branch of Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union. And here's why. If you have a Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union account and a smartphone or other mobile device, visit SheridanCreditUnion.com. Download the free app, and your smart device becomes an internet mobile banking device with all kinds of banking features. So, regardless of your location, Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union is in the palm of your hand. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
The law offices of Chapman, Valdez, and Lansing has offices in Sheridan and Casper ready to protect the freedoms and rights of the citizens of Wyoming. Michael Lansing, McCole Soto, and Wade McCool provide competent local legal counsel focused on small businesses, real estate transactions, guardianships, employee protections, and personal injury. Michael, McCole, and Wade will aggressively, timely, and ethically protect your rights 24/7. Proud to support all local youth activities.
Need screen printed and embroidered items? Well, whatever you need, Kilpatrick Creations is the go-to local company for these types of items. If it's screen printed or stitched, we are the ones to help you. Give us a call first. We're here to help you and want to help you with your imprinted garment or accessory needs. We've been in the business and serving Sheridan County for over 20 years. We have the experience, talent, and selection of goods that allows us to help you promote your business, club, or event in the best, most affordable way possible. Come see Kilpatrick Creations for all your screen printed or embroidered needs.
Do you have family coming to town and not enough room in your home to accommodate them? Book them a room at the Candlewood Suites in Sheridan. They'll enjoy features like fully equipped kitchens that include a microwave, full-sized refrigerator, dishwasher, stovetop, even pots and pans, and free guest laundry. Did I mention the outstanding views of the Bighorns? Book your reservation with the Candlewood Suites and relax knowing they'll feel right at home. Call the Candlewood Suites 307-675-2100.
Mossholders Design Center proudly supports our young student athletes in Sheridan County. Being a member of a successful team takes determination, a strong work ethic, and great leadership. It's those qualities that have defined Mossholders over the last 115 years in Sheridan. We're proud of the Mossholders legacy, and we're proud of our local athletes and coaches. Let the talented and hardworking staff at Mossholders help you with your next furniture purchase or design project. Mossholders wishes each and every team the best of luck this season. Go Bronx and Lady Bronx.
Hi, this is Ken Balkenbush with Prime Rate Motors and Super Trailer Store, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Homer Scott Field. Well, the quarterfinals here from Homer Scott Field are over. The Bronx have won their 41st consecutive game. They beat Laramie 48-6 tonight here in the quarterfinals. And joining us now on the postgame show is head coach Jeff Mowry. And Coach, we talked last week about staying focused and doing the little things that that provide you the 48-0 win last week, and you did those things again this week. You had a pick that set up a nice touchdown, and you had a punt return that set up a good touchdown. So you got things kind of rolling quickly tonight.
Yeah, we had a ball on our side of the field a lot.
Yeah.
And positive. We make the pick early on that first series and put us in great field position, one play and a score, and then go out and the punt return takes us right back to the one and put ourselves in another good situation. The defense and special teams made it easy on our offense the first couple times.
I think Breck really wanted that. He thought he got in the end zone over there because you always want a special teams touchdown. But anyway, you punched it in and got that second score, and then you just kind of kept the pressure on and kept it rolling.
Yeah, our defense did a tremendous job. They like to throw the ball a lot, probably 30-plus times tonight, and we were pressuring that quarterback. I don't know how many sacks or tackles for loss we had, but our defensive line and then our package from the defensive staff did a great job getting pressure on the quarterback, and he's a young quarterback that if he has pressure in his face, it's hard to complete balls like that.
Max Alexander he's got more catches than anybody in the state, and I think last week he kind of got to you guys a little bit, nice underneath routes and stuff. Tonight you kind of penned him in.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see what the stats are, but he had 11 catches last week, and we challenged our defensive backs to do better than that last week, and I thought our guys did a great job. He may have still had that many catches, but I felt like we held him in check. He had the one play over the top, but really our defense did a really nice job.
As we go forward now everybody that wins tonight in the quarterfinals are good, solid football teams.
Yep.
You haven't seen it. It's probably going to be Natrona. They were up 21-3, I think, the last time I saw the score. You haven't seen them since early on.
Yep.
They've gotten better offensively.
Yep.
They've gotten better defensively. Next Friday night's it'll be a real football game.
Yeah, anytime you play Natrona County in 4A football, Coach Harshman's been there since 91 or 92, and he's put a good product on the field every time we played him. We played him early on in the season. I think it was week 3, and it was a physical matchup. They have big kids, and they're very physical up front, and they weren't scoring a lot of points at the time, but they've come a long ways on their offense. Haven't watched a lot of film on them at all, but they've been scoring points, and their defense is going to be solid. They mix between a 3-4 and a 4-3, and so we'll have to be ready for both of those defenses. And Coach Harshman will be ready to roll. And you know what? They've been in the semifinals, I think, every year we've been here. So they're a very deserving team and a very, very quality opponent. We're going to have to come ready to play.
17 consecutive years now the Bronx are in the state semifinals. That's got to be something to hang a hat on.
Yeah, it's a really, really neat thing. Coach Julian was over there helping with the defensive stats today, and in 2007 when he came here, he changed the culture and the expectations of the Bronx football program, and he's the guy that got it all started. And we've had some tremendous coaches and assistant coaches over the years, and then the awesome kids that have, not kids, awesome young men. Some of them are in their 30s now, so that started that off and got this culture started, and that expectation of we're going to be great people and we're going to be great football players. And I think these guys that we have today are continuing that on.
The difference, we played at Natrona the last time we saw those guys. We got them 20. We scored 28 on them. I think they got one touchdown. 28-7, I think, was the final. This time we get them on our home turf.
Yeah, it's always nice to play here. A good crowd again this week. The pep band here, the cheerleaders are here. It's just a good atmosphere and a fun place to play, and our guys get to sleep in their own beds and have a normal routine. And so really an advantage to us to be at home, and I hope our kids take advantage of that. It's I don't know sometimes if they know what they're a part of right now, that they're
right
in a good place and they're having a lot of fun. They don't know any different. And some of those other programs around the state, or some of us, our coaching staff that won maybe 5 games in their whole high school career, they're in a fortunate place, and they have an awesome crowd to play in front of and an awesome community that supports us. And so very fortunate to be here in Sheridan.
Well, congratulations on another big quarterfinal win, and get prepped up, and we'll see you again next Friday night.
I appreciate it, Shane. Thanks.
Head coach Jeff Mowry joining us here on the Postgame Show. We'll take another quick break. When we come back, we'll take a look at the final scoring and wrap up this quarterfinal radio broadcast. You're listening to Bronx Football on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
Have you been in to see Sheridan YO Sports Cards yet? It's the spot to get your hands on incredible sports cards and memorabilia. Sheridan's premier spot for buying cards. All major sports cards, including fighting,